I've been incarcerated in over 25 different jails, prisons, or county jails. I've been locked up in about over 10 different states, and that's from Vermont all the way to Oklahoma City.
Over 300 million people are currently living in America, a number equivalent to 5% of the world's population. Despite this figure, we hold 25% of the world's prison population. Of the 2.4 million people incarcerated, the country currently displays a 50% recidivism rate.
My name is Roland Woodley. I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I probably hustled for almost 20 years, and I really could tell you that what I actually gained that I still have now is the criminal record out of all that. Prison does not correct you. You must correct yourself, and they don't have it set up for you to correct yourself either.
Dan Barrett of the American Civil Liberties Union specializes in maximizing democratic control of government through open courts.
Prison started, couple hundred years ago, and it had this view that it would help and rehabilitate people, and we think that we've kind of lost sight of that. We're now more into, as a government, more into warehousing people than actually getting them on a different path in life. So we'd like to get back to rehabilitation.
To be honest with you, it wasn't jail that changed me. It's when I came home, and I realized things were different, the same but different, and I got back into the game.
The system is made up for you to fail, not for you to succeed. They want that cycle. They want you to come back around. They want to entertain that all the time because that's how they live. They want that overtime.
If you treat people humanely and you give them a set of expectations and a set of behavioral guides, that you might get better results than if you simply stick them in a warehouse and treat them more like animals.
We have the right and left agree that we've frankly screwed up the correction system for 30 years and it's time to do something different. It really starts with understanding that human beings' value isn't diminished by being incarcerated.
Tom Wilson, a former entry-level correctional officer, served in the late 80s through the early 90s at Somers Prison.
It's supposed to be rehabilitation. I didn't see a lot of rehabilitation when I was there. I saw a lot of what's called recidivism, which is people going out, coming back in. I mean, in my short tenure, I saw people come in and out 3 or 4 times. So that tells me that they're just broken. So the system's broken from a rehabilitation point of view.
Every time you want to get into a program and you're almost there, pack your stuff, you're leaving. But I'm about to take this, no, pack your stuff, but I just got here. You got to go, they move you from place to place. So now you don't get that program. Now some people that are weak will be able to say, you know what, fuck this. I'm done with this shit. I've tried to do good, and this is how I get repaid.
I think that the mistake a lot of times is the thought that inmates will not return to the community, so we can lock them up. We don't need to give them any job skills. We don't need to give them any education.
More than 650,000 ex-convicts will return to society every year. Ex-convicts are 30% less likely to find a job than the average working-age adult.
If people have nowhere to go, they tend to fall into bad situations, maybe get back into bad habits, especially if you're talking about someone who's addicted to drugs or something like that. So we're hoping that recidivism rates will lower if we help with transition.
My name is Carlos Cosme. I grew up in Spanish Harlem on 104th Street in New York City, Manhattan. I just started selling drugs, and it's funny because you start at the bottom, you get incarcerated, you come home, you do a little better. Then you get incarcerated, you come home, you do even a little better than that. And so the last time that you feel you're on top, and that's when they give you the most time. So it's just a weird game that we played.
To weld or to fix, mechanical devices, and you make minimum wage, and you go out and you're tempted to sell drugs for a lot more money.
I mean, I didn't want to go back, but all I did was sell drugs for so long. What else was I gonna do?
People who are coming from prison get dropped off in the middle of a city, for example, with no transition, no support services, nothing at all in their pockets except what they went to prison with.
I mean, it's cheaper to rehabilitate us now, send us home and let us become successful in society instead of us coming back and for you to keep paying for me to be incarcerated.
When you go out here and you're on probation, they don't help you getting a job. You don't even got close. You got to go to a shelter. They're supposed to give you information, how to apply for this, how to do this. Our inmate's going to be there for 15 years and come back out and said, okay, I don't even know how to fill out a resume.
And I said, I can't do this, falling off and trying to get back up. It wouldn't make any sense for me to come this far and go back to prison. And I mean, that last bit when I went in and I was let my daughter go on to the bus, how she hesitated, how she couldn't tell, or she didn't know what to say when I was leaving, because she knew I was leaving that day. It's just little small things.
Carlos Cosme, convicted felon, guns, drugs, this, that. Not homeowner, not married, not son is a Marine, not associate's degree, not attended Central Connecticut State University, about 8 classes from his bachelor, none of that. You know, just the gun parts and the drugs, just my past, just everything from 10 years and before. And with things like that happening, how do we ever get ahead?
We can't do it all alone. I'm still 157-546 no matter where I go. I'm looking to get my full pardon right now, but you know what? I'm not even looking for that. Because if I get it or I don't get it, it's not going to change who I am. It's not going to change where I'm going. I'm still going to be me. Doesn't matter to me. You could have me labeled 157-546. I know who I am.
I was 13-848-014. That's my federal prison number. I am now Roland Woodley, the father of Tatiana Woodley, the father of Kiaje Harper, the father of Noah Cabral Woodley. So who am I? I am someone that can see the light. I am someone who will make my light shine brighter.